The chandeliers of the Grand Haven Hotel glittered like frozen fireworks as Victor Malone strolled through the marble lobby, a perfectly pressed suit hugging his broad shoulders. On his arm was Clarissa, his secret indulgence, a woman with red lacquered nails and a laugh like champagne bubbles. Victor prided himself on discretion. He was a successful real estate developer in the city, known for his charm and devoted husband persona. Tonight's rendezvous was calculated. A corner suite on the 15th floor, 5 stars of velvet and silence far from the suburbs where his wife, Eleanor, supposedly spent her evenings at charity board meetings. Clarissa squeezed his hand. "You always pick the best," she purred as they stepped into the elevator. "Only the best for you," Victor replied, flashing the practiced smile that had sold countless condos. He thought of Eleanor only briefly, reliable, steady, too absorbed in her philanthropic projects to notice his occasional business trips. Tonight, he reassured himself, was perfectly safe. They entered the suite to find a panoramic view of the skyline. Crystal glasses awaited on a mahogany table, a bottle of vintage Bordeaux breathing beside them. Victor exhaled, the tension of the day fading. He poured 2 glasses, handing one to Clarissa, and let the night's indulgence begin. Meanwhile, across town, Eleanor Malone adjusted the diamond clasp of her navy blazer. The car ride had been quiet, but inside she thrummed with energy. After months of negotiations and private meetings, tonight marked the official transfer of ownership. She was now the sole proprietor of the Grand Haven Hotel. Eleanor had inherited her late father's keen sense for business. While Victor played the successful developer, she quietly built her own empire, investments in boutique hotels, upscale restaurants, and luxury resorts. The Grand Haven, with its gilded history and prime location, was her proudest acquisition yet. Her assistant, Mia, greeted her at the private entrance. "Congratulations, Mrs. Malone," she whispered, handing over a slim leather portfolio. "Everything is finalized. You own this place." Eleanor smiled. "Let's greet the staff. Tonight, the Grand Haven is truly ours." Back in the suite, Victor loosened his tie as Clarissa leaned against the balcony door. "So," she teased, "does your wife suspect anything?" He chuckled, savoring the wine. "Eleanor, please. She's too busy playing philanthropist. I give to her charities, she smiles for the papers, and we live our perfect little lie. It's a win-win." Clarissa raised an eyebrow. "You sound confident." "I am." He tapped his glass against hers. "To freedom." They drank, unaware that freedom was evaporating. Eleanor's tour of the hotel ended at the grand ballroom, where staff awaited her first speech as owner. Applause filled the space as she thanked them and promised a bright future for the Grand Haven. But when the general manager approached with a request to meet a high-value repeat guest, occupying the 15th floor corner suite, Eleanor hesitated. The name on the reservation leapt from the clipboard, Victor Malone. Her breath caught. Victor had told her he was attending a late board meeting across town. A slow, measured calm replaced her surprise. "Prepare a welcome basket," she told the manager smoothly. "I'll deliver it myself." Victor and Clarissa were mid-dance, the city lights shimmering behind them, when a soft knock interrupted. He frowned. "Room service." "I didn't." The door opened before he finished. Eleanor stepped inside, elegance wrapped in composure. The hotel manager hovered behind her, carrying a silver tray of chocolates and champagne. Victor froze, the blood draining from his face. Eleanor," he stammered, heart thudding. Clarissa stiffened, eyes wide. "Good evening," Eleanor said, her voice even, commanding. "I hope you're enjoying your stay at my hotel." Victor blinked. "You're, what?" "I purchased the Grand Haven today," she replied, a glint of steel in her eyes. "I wanted to personally welcome you, but I see you've already entertained yourself." Clarissa grabbed her purse, mumbling something about needing air, and slipped past Eleanor without daring a glance. Silence swelled like a storm. "Eleanor, this isn't," Victor began. "Don't," she said sharply. "Not another lie." Victor reached for her hand, but she stepped back. The man who always controlled every negotiation now trembled like a rookie. Eleanor placed the tray on the table and straightened. "For years I let you think I was simply your supportive wife. While you chased deals and distractions, I built something of my own. I know every detail of this hotel, including the surveillance cameras in these hallways." Victor's stomach churned. She had known, maybe for months. "You thought I'd never notice the late meetings, the cancelled trips. But I notice everything." Her voice softened, almost pitying. "I only needed proof, and you delivered it." He sagged onto the sofa. "Eleanor, please." There is no, Victor. She removed her wedding ring and set it beside the untouched champagne. Consider this my formal notice. I'll have the papers drawn up in the morning. The quiet authority in her tone left no room for debate. Victor's mind spun. The empire he bragged about suddenly felt small, fragile. Is this revenge? He asked weakly. No, Eleanor replied. This is liberation, mine, not yours. I invested in this hotel because I believed in creating something lasting. You, unfortunately, invested in betrayal. She turned toward the door. Enjoy the suite, it's already paid for, by me. And with that, she left, her heels clicking a victory march across the marble floor. Victor remained in the opulent room, surrounded by luxury that now felt like a cage. The city lights mocked him, their glitter as cold as the untouched Bordeaux. For the first time, the master negotiator had nothing to bargain with, no deal, no charm, no escape. Downstairs, Eleanor stepped into the crisp night air, the hotel's new owner in every sense. She felt no need to look back. The Grand Haven was hers, her future was hers, and Victor's stunned silence was all the closure she required.